everyone, it's Carrie with a Pinch of Salt, and tonight I am going to paint the generic attachments to one of my new favorite projects that we offer. It is this mini post. A lot of people say it's a lot bigger than they thought it would be. I think it's about 15 inches tall, I want to say, maybe a little less. It's on the website, but I think it's 15 inches tall. It comes with the stand and this whole post. There's like little hanging tags here. So far we've had our, oh my gosh, I can't even remember what I offered before Easter. Was it winter? Did I have winter out yet? This is embarrassing. I don't remember. Let me look real quick. What did I have so far? Oh, Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, and then this was the Easter. It says, welcome friends. I'm just gonna hold that up there, and then it's got like this little bunny that fits down below. Mine was the prototype, so it's a little wonky, and then it has like a little hanging sign that says welcome friends. So that's the Easter one. We had the Valentine's Day, the Shenanigans Welcome, St. Patrick's Day one, the spring, which is what I just had in there, which is the little flowers and the birdhouse, and this little Hello Spring sign. Love it. And so tonight we're gonna do the generic one, or everyday, I should say. I don't like the word generic. Let's just say the everyday attachment for this. Whenever you guys get on, say hi. We are doing a giveaway tonight. I have an extra, I forgot to grab it, subscription box set from this last month, which is 4 little baskets. There's a wagon with like an Easter assortment that I have painted. I have an extra set that I'm gonna give away to anybody who is watching this live. You can always let me know that you're watching so that I see it. Let me refresh my computer. So just in case anybody says anything, sometimes it doesn't always show up on my phone. That's just how Facebook works. So if you jump on, say hi, let me know that you're here. Oh, Nate didn't want to do that. I'm gonna turn the volume down on my computer. And so this attachment is this Home Sweet Home sign that will hang. And then there is a set of 3 houses that look just like this. Now, the Home Sweet Home has like a little cutout so that there's hearts in the center of them. You could keep it in the Home Sweet Home, or you could add it to the houses. You could add a wreath to the house and not the big Home Sweet Home sign, which I think I might do. So I'm gonna play around a little bit with it. I've got my little sponges. I've got all my paint, and the only thing I forgot was my little water tray. Just in case if I want to stain one of the houses, you know, I always like to have water with me. I just pour it out of my cup because I forgot to grab water. And so I'm going to keep it pretty neutral just because those are the colors that I like. So I have black, white, a light brown, the dark brown, which is like what the stain color is, and then the red for the hearts. And excuse me, I think I'll need a little green for the wreath. I don't know if I'll make that what color green yet, but I'm gonna start. I always start off with using like the same color. So anything that's white, I will pull this up. I will pull off, and so I kind of organize everything by color on how I'm gonna paint it. And then once I start painting something, then I kind of go, okay, I know I want this color, but for now I know that I want one of the house white and this background of this sign white. So I just use my bottles that I have. I just use the tops of them and turn them over. You guys have probably acrylic paints. I buy my paints by the gallon, so I do use a little bit more. So I just use a little bit of white paint on my sponge. My husband's in the living room watching. So I just like dab the paint on. With any of the background colors, you can go a little heavier than you would like smaller pieces. I always encourage you like to not go real heavy on the paint because some people like the wood to show through, especially if you're doing like a stained look. You know, you want to do like a lighter lighter layer of paint. But when you're doing something like pretty big like this, I think it's okay to add a little bit more white paint to it. So I just dab it on. You can use a brush if you want. I'm gonna need more white paint. You can use a brush if you'd like. I just am always using this white paint because, or the sponge, because that's what works for me. I don't love using a brush. I like it for like touch-ups, or if I'm like putting like any kind of accent colors on. I like really like a small fine brush, but I don't ever really paint with a brush. I just feel like I get like a smoother look with the sponges. And sometimes you have to go over it a couple times or else you'll get like the sponge marks, which is fine. Once it dries, you usually can't even tell. So if you're just coming on, I am painting the everyday attachment for our mini post sign. It's not up on the website yet. I'm gonna add it on whenever we are finished here. I just wanted to get it painted first before I took pictures of it. So it says Home Sweet Home, and then it has 3 little houses. You can match, you know, to your own home decor. I'm keeping mine pretty neutral because that's how I am. I love color. Like, I'm loving all the pastel stuff that I've been doing. Like any of the spring, what am I trying to say here? Any of the spring and like the Easter stuff I did, I do love the pastel colors right now. Like, I love some of the colors I've been using. But for most of the stuff that's in my house, that's like everyday, it's pretty neutral. So I'm using neutral colors. So I'm painting everything that is gonna be white first. And I do try to do like, so over here I felt like I kind of did like a little bit heavier of a white just because I was trying to get such a bigger space painted. But with these pieces, like especially if there's like windows and stuff in it, I wouldn't put a ton of paint on your sponge or else it could seep through and you could get it like at the edges of your windows. And I just prefer not to see that. So like I said, I'm using black, white, 2 shades of brown, red for the hearts, and then green for the wreath. So since I have this painted, I'm gonna do the frame that I have here in black. I don't really need this white for right now. I may do some of the roof in white. I don't know yet. So with Easter coming up, I mean, I can't believe it's already at the end of the March. We only have a couple more weeks left. I do have my Easter decorations out. I'm proud of myself. I got them out last weekend. I thought I'm just gonna stop and take a break and add my Easter pieces up. And then I'll probably add a little bit more because I do host Easter. So I do like my table decorated a little bit more, but I did put a lot of stuff back too. I kind of felt bad doing all that, but I didn't have like a ton of space to put everything, and I just could have added more to my living room, I guess, and I didn't. So I've got my buffet in my dining room all finished. And then, like I said, once I get the table set for Easter, I'll add a little bit more. It's just gonna be a busy month. We have my birthdays this month, and my twins' birthday is this month, and my grandson's birthday is this month. So it's like a busy, busy month. There's so much going on, plus Easter. I just keep forgetting that Easter is like at the end of the month. Okay, so I'm gonna do this light brown is, Sheree, are you serious? When has that ever happened? You're always way ahead of me. I'm always running late. I did just take down my snowman off the front porch and my Christmas wreath that I had, not Christmas wreath, my Christmas garden flag. Well, it really isn't Christmas, but it is like a poinsettia with like a bee in the middle. I did just take that down, and my snowman, I think like last week or the week before maybe, because it's been sitting outside this whole time, and I was finally like, okay, this has got to come inside. Like we got to get done with this one. So like I said, not a lot of paint on my sponge. This brown color is probably one of my other favorite colors to use. I just like this. It's like a light brown. It's kind of like a gray actually. So it's kind of like maybe what taupe is, if you would say it was taupe. It's like a light brown, light gray color. Yeah, I was proud of myself this last week. I did have, I know some of you guys had sent some super sweet messages. I had a little, they call it a squamous cell. So it's like the step before melanoma, but I go to the dermatologist I was every 3 or 4 months, and then now I'm every 6 months. So I do go quite often and get checked because I've had so many spots that were always being checked. So this last time I went, I had a spot that was a squamous cell on my arm. So I had to have that taken off last Tuesday, and my arm is healing pretty good. It is extremely sore. I don't know if I want to show you guys, but it's probably like a 3-inch stitching that they took out that was like almost like an oblong circle. But I am super sore. My stitches are finally healing, but it was way worse. I mean, I hate to sound like a baby, but it was way worse than I thought it would be. My arm was extremely swollen, and I was just like, hey, Linda. I was worried about it not going back down, and it's still swollen. Like, there's still a hump here. I don't have a bandage on it right now. I was trying to let it air out a little bit, but I'm all taken care of now, and everything was good. They had it tested, and it was fine, but they needed to remove it so that it wouldn't grow or metastasize, I think is the word for that. I can't remember. But I'm all good now, just a little sore. So thanks for anyone who sent messages and checked on me and kind of knew what I was going through. There was a couple of you that had to have it done before. It's just weird because like every time like I would get on my, like lean on my arm, I would forget almost. And then last night I hit my arm against the couch, and I guess I had like a really hard like stitch that was coming straight out. And when I did, it like poked back in my skin, and oh my gosh, I almost came up off the couch. It was really bad. So it's still super sore. I thought it wouldn't be sore after a week, but it's really, really sore. I just kind of laid low for 2 days last week and let my arm rest. And then I got back to work. So I am working on our everyday attachment for our mini post sign. And I'm doing it in neutral colors because that's what I like to do. They are all in like brown, black. There's 2 different brown shades and white. So this comes completely blank so that you are able to paint it however you'd like to. You don't have to use my colors. You can use your own colors. And I do, so I know you guys aren't gonna know the number. It's number 40. It's just funny because when I had my paint shop, we all knew like, oh, grab number 40. We knew what color that was. So I still call them by the numbers. It's called Safari Brown. I think it's a Valspar color. It is my all-time favorite color. It's like a dark, dark, dark brown, but that's what I use for all of my stains. So if you could get like the little sample colors at Lowe's and ask for Safari Brown if you like the brown color that I use. That way, if you have some things like you're doing a lot of my projects, that way you have that with you. I should give you guys like all the list of colors that I have, but it'd be hard to like match everything up. But Safari Brown is like my stain color. That's what I use for stain. So I am going to do this last house in the stain look. Even though my post is that color too, I'm still gonna do it. And then when I'm using like the dark brown, I should have said, I kind of swipe instead of like dabbing on it, and it does like, if you hold the sponge down too long onto the wood, it will make it like really, really dark and spotty. So I like to just take it and like rub like as fast as I can without hurting anything. And then I just barely, there's like barely any paint on here, like just a dab of paint with a little bit of water. And then that's how I get that stained look. So I'll like show you like that. So you can still see the wood grain because that's how I like it. Make sure when you guys are jumping on to say hi, if you want to be entered into the contest to win an Easter package. I have a extra set from our subscription box. We have a monthly DIY box, so I have an extra set that I am giving away to somebody. I'm personally probably going to use mine with my Easter charcuterie board that I'm going to make for Easter and like lay some of the pieces in. If you go back down on my page, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about, what it looks like. I forgot to grab the sample and lay it up here. But if you're on here and you say hi, you will be entered to win. I will probably end it tonight at midnight and pull any names that were on there from tonight, and then I will stop it, check it, and then I will put everybody in a name generator and then pick one of you guys to whoever says hello to me on this live. You'll be put in a generator to win the little Easter set that you can use for your own Easter. So I'll probably do, I'm just gonna do the opposite of whatever the houses are. So the dark brown house, I'll do the white house, I'll do the brown, the light brown roof, and then I feel like I'm moving super fast. And then for the light brown, I'll do the dark brown roof. Now, like I said, there's two little hearts that come in the Home Sweet Home. You could keep the Home Sweet Home, keep them in the Home Sweet Home sign, or you can add them to the house on the, either house on the side, which I think that's what I'll do. And then there is a little wreath that I'll be painting that I'll put probably on the middle house. So I'm gonna have to get like a little bit more paint, but I mean a little bit, and dip it in my water and then just rub it across for the roof to make it that stained look. It's getting kind of dark. Okay, so this is what the attachment looks like that will go into the bottom of the mini post sign. This is the little Home Sweet Home sign, and see how there was like little hearts in there. You could keep the hearts in there, like I said, or you can put them on the house. I'm using super glue. I use super glue from Harbor Freight. If you do not like super glue, I always talk about Titebond. This is what Titebond is. The lids, the only bad thing is like this and like Gorilla Glue. I feel like the lids, I have a really hard time with them. I don't know if anybody else does or knows the trick to it. So I do take the lid off. I pour it into a little container, like I have like the little 2-ounce cups, and I do use a sponge to put it on, then trying to get it out of here, because these tops always just get, I don't know why, they just get gross and gluey and I can't get the glue out. So Titebond is what I use for, especially like my door hangers this is what we use. But for smaller projects, personally, I like to use super glue because it dries really fast and I don't have to worry about things moving around. I don't tend to get it on me. I'm gonna say I have before, but I don't ever, I don't think it makes too big of a mess. You don't really want to squirt it too much. And if you, sometimes like holding these little things and trying to put glue on them can be hard. So I always say if you have like if you're working with like a bigger project like this, put glue on the bigger part of the project, like this roof, and then lay it down. That way you will not get glue on your fingers. And then just make sure that it is even on there. And it does come out of the top. I don't know why, I guess it's just the tubing it is. So I'm just gonna wipe it on here just to get that off there. And then just make sure that everything is even on there. Oh, that's how, why does that look different? Okay, I messed that up. This should have been dark brown. Scratch that, made a mistake. I'm gonna paint this dark brown because this goes on there. Wait, yes. And then this one is gonna be light brown. I swapped the roofs out. So this one will go here. This one needs to be repainted. I've seen of some of your photos of the mini post sign. I know there was quite a few of you that have painted them. I would love to see pictures of them. We have a kit makers group. If you've ordered any of our DIY kits, I do post the directions in there, and I love for you guys to share your own photos. That way other people can get inspiration. If you're not painting, like if you're using other colors like what I have, I love to see what you guys do. And then I think it also inspires other people to be creative. Sometimes I'll put the cap on if it's like leaking out too much, because it does kind of expand a little bit, and then make sure that this is even on here. Try not to get any glue, like put it more like on the inner part of everything, because if it's on the outer part, it can like expand out of the side, but this looks pretty good. I always check everything when I lift it up. You know, the glue, like the white is already dry, so moving it over would be a little difficult, but I got a little bit. So there are the little houses. Hi, Gail. Thanks for watching. The little hearts, like I said, I will paint red. Usually I have like a little piece of tape or something that holds these down. This is the blue painter's tape that I use. It's from Harbor Freight too. I buy a lot of my things from Harbor Freight because it's literally half a mile from my house and it's easy, and I have like the membership there, so I get like the sales stuff, and we buy a lot from there. So I'll just take a piece of tape, turn it sticky side up, and then put my hearts on there. That way I don't have to try to hold them, which I'm always covered in paint anyway. It's almost impossible for me not to have paint on my fingers because that's just how I am. So I will like take this little piece of tape, dip my sponge into my paint, and then it's holding my little hearts for me so that I don't have to worry about trying to hold them and paint at the same time. Red and black and some of like the darker like magenta colors always need like a couple layers of paint, just because that's just how their colors are. So I will like set that to the side. And then the green, I'm using this, I don't remember the color of this green, but I love this color. I don't really know what to call this green. If it's like a, I don't know, but that's the color. It looks brighter on the camera than it does when it's in front of you, because it doesn't look as bright as this does, but I just love this color. So I'm gonna paint my wreath this color. You could do a little dry brushing of like brown or white over this if you wanted to. I probably won't dry brush this one. I usually dry brush with white paint almost on every project I think I have, but I haven't on any of these signs yet because I don't know. I just want to keep them crisp and clean, but that's just my personal preference. Everything else behind me, like all my Easter stuff, I think almost every sign is dry brushed with white paint because that's just how I like things. And if you don't know what that means, it's just taking your brush. I use just a chip brush that I get from Harbor Freight, put a little white paint on there, wipe it off on a paper towel, and then I dry brush some paint over whatever it is. Actually, you know what? I lied. I did dry brush this. So see how there's other colors on there? There's white, and then I did like the brown color on that one. So I did dry brush this one, but the other ones I have not, I don't think. The summer one, I cannot wait to paint it. It is so cute. I probably need to be working on summer right now. I felt like I was a little late for spring and Easter, but the summer one is adorable, and I am excited to put it out there for everyone to see because it is so cute. And then there's a couple other options I'm still thinking about, maybe like strawberries or like lemonades. I know lemons are always popular in the summertime if somebody like wants like a fruit or veggie stand one made for if they're putting it in their kitchen. I don't know where everybody has theirs. Right now mine's in my office, but I will move it out into my dining room whenever I have company over, depending on the holiday. So I have the little wreath done. It's already dried, so I'm gonna just put, like I said, you could put this on the house or you could put this hanging on the top of the Home Sweet Home sign. I prefer to have it on the home, just my preference. And again, that's what makes this also great, I feel like, is because you can do whatever you want. You don't have to do it the way I have it. You can change up colors. You can do however you want. So that's the good thing about DIYing it, is that you can make it your style. And then I'm gonna put the little houses or the little hearts on the top of the houses. These little hearts are tiny. This is pretty cute. So there is the houses for the mini post sign. I'll show you what it looks like all together once I get this one painted. And then for this, I mean, I will put this around here. Like I said though, if you're using like a bigger piece of wood, like the background, you can just line this if you don't want to try to hold this. I just put a really fine line of super glue around the edge. I don't squeeze a ton of it. I just kind of real quick go around the edge. Make sure that it stays center onto the sign so the edges are all perfect. Let that dry. And then the little home sweet home will be put into the middle. If you happen to catch the replay, you can always put hashtag replay into the comments and let me know that you watched to be entered into the giveaway for the Easter set. If you're curious what it looks like, it's the last post on my page. I'm kind of setting behind them. I'm giving one set away to somebody who is watching my live tonight. So make sure you let me know if you do watch the replay. So I'm going to center this home sweet home right into the middle of it. Let that dry for just a second. Like I said, you could keep the hearts inside the center of the home, but I decided to put them on the house. They would look cute inside here since you have the wreath in the middle. You could use the hearts and put them back in just to give this little sign a pop of color if you wanted to, but either or, it just depends on however you like it. I'll add the link to this in the comments whenever I'm done painting and getting a picture of it. It'll be on the website. All the other options are on there so far that I have. Next, like I said, is summer to paint, so I'll be working on that soon. I feel like I did that really fast. I thought it would take a little bit longer than what it did. Oh, I also do have some Easter items that are kind of like just a free-for-all little sale I'm gonna have in the next, I'll hopefully have them posted by Friday. I'll post on the page when I do, but they're just some random Easter projects that I have that for whatever reason I didn't use them, so I will post a picture of those. I know we have the Easter project from last year for our subscription box. I have one of those. Some wooden Easter eggs, like the round ones that actually have the flat bottoms that sit that I painted for my Easter display. I have some of those. Our subscription box membership opens up the 10th of the month. You can join the wait list that's on the website right now. We are going to have a spring project. It's always a secret. It's always a surprise, but it is a spring project coming up. So join the wait list if you're interested in that. You can find all the details about that online. So I'm going to hang my sign first before I put that in. So it is backwards, I know, because I did not change the wording, because I always get so confused and it throws me off a little bit. Let me move some of this out of the way. When you're making this, mine is a little off because you have this like piece that fits down in this slot, and I glued my piece down a little too far underneath, so it's a little slanted. I need to go in and sand this off a little bit because it's crooked. You want to make sure that whenever you have anything that has slots, that has like those little tiny pieces, you know, if you glue it down too far, the slot isn't, this piece isn't going to go into the slot well. So it needs to be extremely perfect with the bottom of this sign, if that makes sense. I should take a picture and show what I'm talking about a little bit more in the kit makers group, but I do need to go in and sand this off a little bit because it's a little top heavy because I did not do that. So this is the Home Sweet Home sign. And then you have this little piece that fits into the bottom down here. So that's what that looks like. So like I said, once I get this, it's finished. Once I jump off here, I'm going to take some pictures of it and I will have it on the website. The Easter, the spring, the Valentine's, and the St. Patrick's Day are already on the website. So what you'll do is if you don't have the stand, you'll purchase the stand with one of the attachments, and then you can buy the other attachments separately. They don't have to all be, you know, have everything separated. So the mini post sign and one of the attachments comes together if you need it, if you don't have the post, and then the attachments are just extra. So that is what that looks like. And my post is painted in that dark brown color too, the Safari Brown, because it's my favorite color ever. And like I said, Lowe's sells the little small samples. I think they were on sale this last week, I had heard, for pretty cheap. So you could go in, if you have a lot of my projects and you like that dark brown stain color, you could go in and just buy one of the samples of it. So it's called Safari Brown. It's a Valspar color. But this is the generic everyday attachment for the mini post sign if you don't decorate for the other holidays. Not everybody decorates for Valentine's Day or St. Patrick's Day, so you could have this attachment up when you're in between the holidays that you do decorate for. So I have other items that I'm going to be working on for the post. If you guys have any requests for the post too, you can always send them my way and I will see what I can do. So I'm going to jump off, take some pictures, get them on the website, and then I will post the comment in the I will post a link in the comments for you guys for anybody who is interested in getting the Home Sweet Home attachment. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and I will see you soon.